What is up guys, my name is Jack, welcome to today's video. This video I'm going to be going through a few tips on how to get De-Atomizer strikes a little bit easier and using a few exploits within the game to get yourself a De-Atomizer strike within Infinite Warfare. So let's get straight into this video. If you would smash an early like on it, that would be awesome. Let's go for 10 likes on this video, that would be cool. Smash a like, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the classes. So there's only two classes you really want to use on this if you ask me. The two best guns on the game is probably the K-Bar and the MV4. So if you are someone who likes using SMG, if you're quite an aggressive player, then go for the K-Bar. If you like to sit back a little bit, you're not so aggressive, you want to sort of pick people off at a distance, then use the MV4. But the class is going to be exactly the same for either guns, so go ahead and use this class. It's really, really good. So the class is Quick Draw, Suppressor, and the foregrip, and the perks are Ghost, Dexterity, Scavenger, and Dead Silence. You will stay off the minimap with both these classes. You will never appear on the minimap whatsoever in the game. So that's a good thing to have, it's a good thing to do, and it makes the De-Atomizers a little bit easier if you're not appearing on the minimap every 10 seconds. But let's get into the next tip. So the next tip is to use the Synaptic rig. Now a lot of people, when they go for these nuclears or juggernauts or De-Atomizer strikes, they often are going for the Merc and going reactive armor, or they're going to be going for the Phantom and going for active camo. Whatever way you do it, I'm going to say go for Synaptic. There's a few reasons for that, and that's because Rewind is a really, really good payload to use because it completely reloads all of your ammo, gets all of your ammo back as to what it would be when you just spawned. And I'm using also propulsion as well. If you were playing Black Ops 3 and you were someone who liked using the afterburner perk in slot 1, then propulsion is basically the same thing. It just improves your thrusters, makes you be able to recover your thrusters a bit quicker so you can stay in the air a bit longer. And yeah, that's what I like to do in this game. I like to use the high wall runs. It just makes them easier because if you're above an enemy, the odds are you're going to get the kill. So that's why I like to use it, and it's really, really handy. Also, if you're watching this video quite early on and there's not been an update recently, then you will know, or you might not know, that the Synaptic rig has actually been banned from MLG events simply because there's not a good amount of hit detection on it. So it's actually broken. I'm not going to lie, it's actually broken. So people find it harder to kill the Synaptic people. It is just more difficult at the moment. So obviously it makes sense to use it because if people can't kill you as well as you can kill them, then straight away you're at an advantage, and it's a bit of an underhand advantage, but who cares? If you're going for your first one, then no one really gives a shit. Go ahead and use it. Try it out. You'll see what I mean. Rewind, propulsion, Synaptic. Go ahead, give it a try. So my next tip is going to be what you do on the map. So it's just going to be simple, stay on the outskirts of the map. You don't need to run around, you don't need to go in the middle of the map unless you get your full streaks and stuff, which I'll get on to in a minute. Just stay on the outskirts, camp up a little bit when you need to, be safe, no need to go and get killed from behind. Make sure you always know what's behind you as well. If you keep your back to things, nothing's going to kill you from behind, they're only going to kill you from in front. So go ahead, use the outskirts of the map until you get your advanced UAV up, which gets me onto my next subject, which is score streaks. So on this gameplay, you'll see me use the UAV, counter UAV, and the advanced UAV, which is a really, really great set of score streaks. I never liked the advanced UAV at the start of the game, but it kind of makes sense to use it now. It's quite good. It's pretty handy. I use it in all of my De-Atomizer strikes now. So go ahead, use the advanced UAV. Why not? I don't see the problem with it. It's kind of good. You might as well just go ahead and use it. If you don't want to go for this thing, then the other one I'd suggest would be, instead of the counter UAV, go for the Warden. If you're quite confident in your gameplay, then go ahead and just use the Warden, because the Warden creates a lot of distractions for the enemy. There'll be people trying to shoot it down, which you can pick off easily if you're around the outsides of the map, flanking all the time. There'll be people who want to try and avoid it and will go inside, so you'll be able to pick people off inside who are running from the outside to the inside. Maybe the Warden might have damaged them a little bit. You can pick up easy kills like that. So the Warden's pretty good for a distraction, but it just means that you've got to get the Atomizer strike a little bit quicker, because obviously the Warden's going to be going around and getting kills at the same time. So you might have to get the Atomizer strike sort of 10 kills quicker than you would without the Warden on, if you're going to put counter UAV on or something. But it's not bad. It's pretty good. I like using the Warden. In this gameplay I didn't use it, but I like using the Warden as well. It's pretty good. So my next tip is going to be your controller, button layouts, things like that. So I use a SCUF controller. I like to use a SCUF controller. It just makes it easier for me. Once you get used to a SCUF controller, then they're really, really good. Honestly, they're so good in these boost jump games. As soon as 2017 game comes out and it goes back to boots on the ground, it's going to be a little bit useless in my opinion, but in the boost jump games, the Scump controller is an absolute beast. So if you can afford it, go ahead and get yourself one. But if you can't, then there's a few other things you can do. So I like to compare these three little tactics, these three controllers, button layouts, whatever, to three of my favorite people who are awesome at the game. So if you're using a Scump controller, I like to compare it to Swaggxbl. He's awesome. He uses Scump. He's really, really good with a Scump. But there are two other things you can do, and that is to be the Optic Scump of the world and go ahead and try and learn how to play Claw. Claw is a really, really difficult way to play it. It kind of fucks your fingers up a little bit, but it works for him. He's one of the best players in the world, so clearly it's quite a good idea to go ahead and learn it. If you don't have a Scump or you can't afford a Scump, learn how to do the Claw. Google search it, YouTube it. I'm sure you'll pick it up pretty quickly, and then you can go ahead and use that. That's just a way of using the right analog stick and the left analog stick to aim and jump and all that stuff, and it will just make it a little bit easier when you're in the air. So you don't have to take your fingers off the analog sticks, because out of all the buttons on the controller, except for probably shoot for obvious reasons, the analog sticks are your most important things on the controller. They're the things that make you move, they're the things that make you hard to hit, and they're the things that make you aim your gun. So make sure that you're doing something that you can keep your thumbs on the analog sticks at all times. And the other thing you can try is to be the Korean Savage. If you haven't seen him on YouTube, then go check him out. The man's a freaking beast. I'm not even joking. He's actually insane. #1 ranked Infinite Warfare player in the world right now. He uses a button layout called Stick and Move, which is a way that you can use the right analog stick to jump, basically. And if you can get that down, work that out, and get that perfect, then you can be a beast on that game as well. You can do it that way, and you can be a beast. But that's pretty much it. So the next thing is another little trick that a lot of people don't think about doing, and that is when you're inside the pre-match lobby. On this game, you couldn't do it on like Black Ops 3, but on this game, if you scroll across and flick down the players so you know who you're playing against, just have a quick look at their KDs. See what kind of KDs they're rocking. You want to be playing against a lobby where the KDs are all low. If the KDs are all low, then the De-Atomizer strike, you've got a much higher chance of getting it. And there's no real shame in, if you're playing against someone who's got a 4 KD, just back out. There's no point of playing against them, because you're not going to get a 25 gun streak against someone who's got a 4 KD, because they've got that KD for a reason. It's like they either camp and they don't fucking move, and they sit in the corner and they're going to piss you off and you're going to rage quit, or they just happen to be an absolute freaking beast. So if someone's got a KD that's much higher than yours, don't play against them. You're not going to get a De-Atomizer strike against them. Accept it. Find a new lobby, find some shit players, and go smash the shit out of them, in my opinion. But that's a few little tips and stuff that I like to go by, a few different things that maybe you haven't thought of doing before. But hopefully this video does help you out. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay as well. You'll see at the end of the gameplay, I fuck up on the Juggernaut. I die on a 29 streak, and then obviously call my De-Atomizer strike in and nuke everyone on the map. But you'll see at the end of the map, end of the game, that I kind of get a bit unlucky. You'll see, you'll probably laugh, and yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. Smash a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you are new. I'd love to see new subscribers coming up. Leave a comment, let me know if this helped you out, or if you think this was a good video, that'd be cool. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.